First of all, we've been extremely happy to support Taiwan Mobile on their multi-year journey of digital transformation, where they have achieved already quite a considerable set of benefits. Bringing together all of their data assets onto one single platform, which is further enabled by analytics and artificial intelligence. They've been gaining actually valuable insights when it comes to how the network is performing. If you take, for instance, on their 4G network and technology, they've been really improving, stepping up their ability to recognize patterns. And this has enabled them to improve the efficiency in troubleshooting and problem solving up to 83%, which has contributed greatly actually to increase customer satisfaction, a reduced complaint rate, and ultimately a reduced churn. Then the solution, which is Nokia AIaaS solutions, is actually bringing together a set of around 400 KPIs. They are fully correlated. And out of those, Taiwan Mobile is able to extract information that enables them with the ability to be proactive in solving the problems that the network is facing. And it's actually in a number of cases, they can solve problems or faults before they become service affecting. This has been definitely one of the contributing factors to their excellent performance on ARPU in an environment in Taiwan, which is extremely competitive.
So in terms of the business challenge we're facing, basically we started our network from the 2G era, and then 3G came, 4G came, now 5G is here. So together we have a multi-band, multi-generation network. It's getting more and more complicated. As an example, our pilot study is involved with a network element called the mobility management, MME, or a mobility management entity. That's the center of all the control signaling and mobility management. And that network element will spit out over 1,000 KPIs every 15 minutes. So it is basically not humanly possible to keep track of those. So in our best efforts, we were able to maybe track on the order of 10 KPIs. For example, the session establishment success, session failure, and the counters like that. However, that's only the tip of the iceberg. It's actually there are a lot of network information hidden in the ones that we are not touching. So basically, our challenge is to be able to utilize all the information at our disposal and use the information to manage our network and to enhance the network stability as well as the user services. So that's the general challenge. And in this pilot work, we basically use the AI technique to analyze and establish models using the events or the KPIs spit out by the MME for every 15 minutes. So we collected over 150,000 events and used the AI technique to do unsupervised machine learning. And based on that, we were able to group the events together and select 401 KPIs out of over 1,000 KPIs in total. So using those 401 KPIs, we fed that into the AI model and group the events to 500 like-minded events. So basically, these events, we have to go in and use the experts to analyze them. And indeed, we found some very, very interesting things. So there's about 10 out of the 500 groups of events. Basically, they represented either the operations we're doing to the network, or they represent real failure conditions, or they represent situations where there are some configuration errors. So basically those kind of things are just too much for a human to do. But using artificial intelligence, we are able to manage a very, very complicated situation, fully utilize our data set, and enhance our network quality. This is just the first step. So basically, we can expand this model to more than just the MME network element. We can actually group together different network elements data and utilize those to accomplish even greater things. Network management is getting even more complicated. So suppose 5G is a challenge. Managing 3G, 4G, 5G networks with multi-bands is a huge challenge. Without utilizing artificial intelligence, big data analysis, and so on, we will never be able to get our hands around the problem. So luckily, we have Nokia and us partnering together and using Nokia's AI expertise and their system and our domain expertise. We are able to join hands and step out in a very successful first step. So we're really, really excited and anxious to get the work expanded to more and more network elements and so on.
The solution is built around Nokia EVA. Nokia EVA, we are proposing that in a so-called artificial intelligence as a service mode. And what that is actually, it's a library of use cases which are, in a way, addressing a number of network problems. Of course, we honed those network cases with several operators across the globe. And now we are bringing the wealth and the richness of that library to Taiwan Mobile. And the library itself is, in fact, a set of software applications. They are all cloud native, microservices based, containerized, so that we are as neutral as we can be from the underlying infrastructure, which is a cloud infrastructure, of course. And this allows us to be much more seamless in integrating into the existing environment of big data and applications. On top of the software applications layer, we are bringing also the richness of expertise that we have from across the globe to the benefit of Taiwan Mobile. And that richness is further enhanced by expertise like big data, artificial intelligence, which are very nicely complementing the capabilities that the operator already has.
I think, TM Forum goes way back to maybe 20, 30 years. I still remember in the 1980s, the TM Forum was the champion of the OSI model. And now I think things are getting more and more complicated, but let's not forget that in order to do something right in the telecommunication networks, on the network side, there are standardization. On the network management side, things are a little bit more loose. And in order for everybody to have the right framework, TM Forum played a very, very important role in getting the same model to everybody's mind. So basically, with the ETOM model and so on, we can organize our network and our network management in different layers and the separation of the resources, services, and customers. And our vendors are also looking at the same model, thinking of the same model. So when we work together, it's very, very convenient. So basically, this sets the framework for everybody to follow. I always say that there's no way we can build a house from left to right. We always will have to set the foundations right. And TM Forum basically sets the right foundations for the operators and the vendors so that everybody can speak the same language and organize things so that they fall into the right places so that when we grow and with more and more complexity, we're still able to manage the network and be able to use techniques like what I just described in terms of AI and big data to do more than what we can ever imagine before.